And then I said Darth Vader, more like Darth Daddy. Because he's Luke's dad.
He has two different types of lightsabers.
Funny you should say that. More in a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Taboo Tater Tots
Did
Club
I do a bad?
podcast. Thank you for interrupting.
Where we talk about anything that interests us, whether it be politics, Star Wars McDaddy Muffin,
Or Hatsune Miku.
don't know what that is, but yes.
Okay. How have you been, Morgan? It's been a while since we've recorded a podcast.
Yeah, I know. It feels like forever since I've actually sat in this chair.
Yeah.
I'm a black fat guy,
Yeah?
and I didn't know I could change that.
Yeah? How so?
My fat black guy just got married.
Oh, in The Sims.
Yeah.
Is it Sims 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking, like, what Sims is free without Game Pass? But no, The Sims 4 is free. Just the base game.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were into The Sims.
I'm not, or I wasn't.
Did somebody introduce it to you, or did you think, why not?
I thought, why not?
Okay.
It's a game to kill time with,
Yeah.
and yeah,
You finally got your escapists.
yeah, I've played that like 3 times.
That's it?
I've been on the fucking Sims
Oh. Okay, that's fair.
because like you can make a code monkey.
Code Monkey?
Yes.
What's that?
A person that tells computers what to do, essentially,
Oh,
with code.
okay.
If crash, then don't.
I see.
That's a retarded code monkey.
I see. Are you
Um,
calling me retarded? I mean, fair, but...
that was not my intent, but yes.
Okay, that's fair.
I made my first guy a fat fucking shaggy. Fat, bald shaggy.
Oh,
That wasn't intentional either.
okay.
But then he died
Oh,
of old age.
I see.
Surprisingly.
I've tried to get into The Sims because my wife is fucking obsessed with The Sims, which, funny story, go look up, Alex does a YouTubes on YouTube, obviously.
Really? I thought it was going to be Instagram.
And
Speaking
check
of
out,
Instagram, check out the artist's Instagram and link down below.
yes, real quick, the last thumbnail that she did for us was, of course, we're starting at the bottom of our catalog and working our way up with her. But the last one she did was fan-fucking-tastic. It was the cryptids
Yes.
and conspiracy
Yes.
video.
Started from the bottom and now we have thumbnails.
Yeah. That piece of art was fantastic. It blew me away. It was very colorful and the shading was perfect. And I'm very impressed because I still have trouble with shading.
I really do wish we could start paying her.
Yeah, I wish we could too.
Because, like, her talent is just kind of be wasted otherwise.
Yeah. But back to The Sims.
Oh, yes.
My wife Alexandria, she is a woman. She did some kind of a conspiracy theory video based on The Sims, like some of the lore. And apparently she figured something out that people have been trying to figure out for like a decade. Something to do with The Sims 3, I think. So go check her out if you're into The Sims, especially the lore. I just can't get into it. I don't know. I just... really the only thing that I ever have done with The Sims is like create characters, like families and stuff, and created houses. And other than that, the actual gameplay I just can't get into. It doesn't.
Have you ever tried killing them?
No,
That's
but I
fun.
know that you can, and I know because of my wife that you can kill them in many miraculous ways.
Yes. Endless possibilities.
Yeah, one of them being Mpreg. Do you know what Mpreg is?
I'm scared to answer that.
male pregnancy. You can abduct people and you can make men pregnant, apparently.
Sounds like a mod.
No, it's not.
Seriously?
Seriously, I think it's only in The Sims 3 or maybe
Oh.
The Sims 2.
Oh,
But
okay.
and you can also marry the Grim Reaper. There's a lot of interesting things about The Sims that I have very little knowledge of, but sound interesting.
Yeah, me too. Literally, my favorite thing to do is just make my guy slave away on the computer, writing code and making money.
My favorite thing ever, actually, I could probably look this up, is there is a, I think it was for The Sims 3. It's a change log. Sims 3 change log. Compilation of funny patch notes from Sims 3. Yes.
That's a thing?
Yes. This is the best thing that I've ever seen that is to do with The Sims, and I will read them for you. They're wonderful. It says, so The Sims 3 might have the greatest patch notes ever. Kleptomaniac Sims can no longer steal subway stations from locks. Sims can no longer woohoo in the elevator with a Sim who is on a different floor.
Intergalactic penis.
The Grim Reaper will no longer be prevented from reaping souls due to band affiliation.
What?
Oh, you're in the band Nickelback? He doesn't want you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fixed a tuning issue so that Sims now vomit at acceptable levels.
I don't want that.
It is no longer possible to, quote, try for baby with a Grim Reaper. I think that was what I was thinking of when I said you could marry the Grim Reaper. Quote, become enemies with child wish no longer appears. Unfortunate. Sims who are on fire will no longer be forced to attend graduation before they can put themselves out. Pregnant Sims can no longer brawl. Unfortunate. Baby Sims will no longer become stuck on a Sim's hand while driving a car. Sims will no longer receive a wish to, quote, skinny dip with mummies.
Wouldn't that just be dust dipping?
Probably. And this is the best one. A meteor can hit a building, which case everyone will run out before the collision. Those who do not exit the building will die. Sims automatically leave if a meteor is approaching, unless it is a school in which children are not allowed to leave and will always die. The meteor does not excuse you. I do. That is a very popular meme, and I love it. I remember there being more, but if you want to find more, I'm sure there's way to find them.
We could probably do an entire fucking episode on
Probably.
But that's for another day.
Yeah.
But that would be a lot of fun. Should I
Yeah.
put it on the board?
Yeah, sure. I don't have a X. It's on the red. Don't take it down. Don't take it down. Don't take it down. Don't take it down. They're in the red cup over here.
No, I wasn't going to take it down. I was feeling on
Oh, yeah.
respect.
Sorry.
Don't assume my gender. Don't assume what that meant.
I know this isn't The Sims, but you just reminded me that there is a game that's kind of like The Sims. I remember sometime somewhere where there was like a thing that's like, oh, in this new patch update that you can no longer sexually identify as a Jeep or something like that. That's from somewhere. I know it is. I don't think I hallucinated that. Anyway, other than that,
Just
how have you been?
orgasm noise. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing fine.
My head has
very,
been in The Sims.
Very, very tired. I have been going to the gym again.
Oh, you
And
stopped?
Yeah, I didn't go to the gym for like 2 months because I got sick. I was poopant
Well, that
and
explains a
also
lot.
poopstative.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
But I found out about an energy drink called Celsius that's supposed to help boost your metabolism and also burn fat. So I've been drinking those every time I go to the gym before. And it seems to be working because in the 6 or 7 times that I've gone this go around, I've already lost like almost 4 pounds. So,
You know what else would work really well in the gym? W.GG, use code Taboo Tots, or
yes.
yeah, Taboo
Taboo Tots.
all caps.
At checkout, all caps, one word.
Yes,
To get 10% off of your order of Dubby.
and you can go to the gym and look awesome.
Yeah. I haven't tried using Dubby at the gym, but I would like to one of these days if I can ever remember to. But
Alex just calls me and she's just like, Nick had a heart attack again.
again.
You gotta stop giving him that shit, man.
Yeah. But no, I'm just been really, really. I was so tired that I forgot what I was doing at the store before I got here like 3 times. Because I went into the coffee aisle and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing in this aisle. Then I walked out of the aisle. Then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing at this store. What are we doing? And she's like, you're getting food for work. And I'm like, oh, right. And then I got a couple of things and I'm like, what else did I need? And she's like, creamer. I'm like, oh, right. Then we went to the creamer section. I'm like, what am I doing here? She's like, creamer. I'm like, oh, right. I'm just so fucking exhausted. I could probably sleep an entire day. And then it was really funny because as we were checking out at Ridley's, she's like, when's your next day off? Monday. She's like, well, you can sleep all day Monday. I'm like, but I need to mow the lawn. And she's like, well, you can do that your next day off. When's that? I'm like, Thursday, but I can't do that then because I have a doctor's appointment. And then the person behind us in line was like, dude, just call out and take a fucking nap. And I'm like, fair enough. I mean, I could definitely sleep here. I know you wouldn't mind, but I'm trying my best to go to sleep earlier. But no matter what I do, I always go to sleep around 2 or 3 in the morning. Like, no matter how tired I am during the day, I always stay up late. And I don't know.
Stay up late,
yeah.
Well,
I don't know why.
It's nice because I have someone to bug at night.
Sure.
You're the only person I know that's awake at that hour, so.
Yeah.
Besides me, obviously.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't sleep.
Yeah. You do, but it's sporadic and throughout the day.
Yes.
Usually, yeah.
So therefore, I am Monkey Man.
Monkey Man?
I don't know. I'm still stuck on the...
Oh, hey. Our packages. Shit. That's not what Amazon has their own delivery service, and I forgot about that. That's his new controller that he's going to take apart. Which,
and then put back together.
Attempt to, which he did a good job. By the way, Morgan did a good. I forgot to mention that. For some reason, the right on the D-pad on my PS5 controller wasn't working, and he took it apart and put it back together almost flawlessly.
Yeah, there was one little hiccup, but
yeah. Which
I got bubble wrap.
Holy fuck!
Sorry, I like bubble wrap.
I know you like bubble wrap. Which it's a really cool looking controller. I'd hate to see you accidentally fuck it up or something, but I mean, you do you, brother. It's your money. About me, not much else has happened except since the whole Oregon debacle. Since we weren't able to do anything on our actual like anniversary day,
Except vomit.
Well, no, we were pretty good. Alex was still in the fucking clouds that day.
Don't you mean the floor?
Sure. we did have our little anniversary date this past weekend. I think it was this weekend. Anyway, we had dinner, and that was pretty fun. But before we went to dinner, we went to go see the Thunderbolts. And I would like to talk about that. For a few reasons. One, it was just a pretty good movie. It was the best superhero movie I have ever seen. It is on par with the first Avengers and The Dark Knight. I wouldn't say it's better than them, but it's as good, maybe better. I would still...
I don't know. The Dark Knight's a pretty hard.
Yeah.
High bar to surpass.
Yeah. So I think I gave, when we watched it for Patreon, I think I gave The Dark Knight like an 8.5, maybe a 9. I would give this movie a solid 9, maybe a 9.5. But I'm a little bit disappointed in a couple of points. And you probably won't understand anything that I'm saying, but for those who are
Do you want
Marvel
me to just
nerds,
leave?
I mean, I'd like you to share in my interests. Okay.
I was just like, I don't know how much fun it's going to be talking to... Actually, I know exactly how much fun it's going to be talking to someone who doesn't understand.
It's going to be fun. I mean, as long as you, like, pay attention, it should be fun.
What?
Yeah. So, a little bit of context for those who don't know. Morgan. Yeah.
That was not planned.
So there is a character named Black Widow. She is the redhead. She dies in Avengers Endgame. Spoilers. And she has a sister. Her name is Yelena. Black Widow's name is Natasha.
I knew that, actually.
Yeah. They're not blood related, but the reason why they say that they're sisters is because they were undercover for a certain amount of time, and their cover was they were sisters. And they had a undercover father. His name was Alexei. He is a character named the Red Guardian. He's basically Captain America if he was a Soviet. He has the same powers and everything. And in the comics, he had a shield. And I think in the Black Widow movie, they do show him with a shield. But for some reason, for most of the movie, he doesn't. I don't know.
He's Father Russia.
Sure.
Instead of Mother Russia.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because in that movie, they save him from a Russian prison. And he was saying like, oh, yes, me and Captain America, we had so many good fights. Yes. And then somebody's all like, wait, if Captain America was in World War II and then he came back, he was frozen. Yes. How could you fight him if he was frozen? He's like, don't worry about that. By the way, I really like Russian accents and it's really fun to do. Anyway, so Black Widow, sister, they're super secret agents for Russia. They were assassins.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. As children, they were carved out. They did not get to have reproductive organs because they, it would affect missions. So they can't have kids. So that's a point of trauma in their life, right? It's not super relevant. It's just, it's brought up a couple of times. Anyway, also... speaking of Captain America, there was at one point a new Captain America. His name was John Walker. For some godforsaken reason that I still don't understand, when Captain America in Endgame went back in time to put the Infinity Stones back to where they were because they needed them to defeat Thanos in the present, they went into the past. It's a giant mess. Don't worry about it.
I'm already confused.
Yes. Well, all you need to know is Captain America went back in time. And instead of coming back to the present, he stayed back in time, and they find him as an old man because he wanted to have that piece of family that Tony had, which Tony, in the future, which is the present now, he married Pepper, and he had a kid. And he's all like, you need to get yourself some love life. And so he went back to the past to the girlfriend that he had during the World War II era. And he had a family. And so they find him as an old man. And he's like, well, I can't be Captain America anymore, obviously. So I'm going to give the shield to one of two people. One he could have given to a man that he knew for only about 4 or 5 years. His name was Sam Wilson.
Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson!
Anyway,
I had to.
yeah. His superhero name is Falcon. He had the mechanical wings. He had the mechanical wings.
And I know that guy.
Or he could have given it to his best friend Bucky, who had the almost exact same life Cap did, except instead of being frozen and waking up in the modern day, he was put to sleep and he was made to be a assassin for Hydra, which is basically like secret Nazis who control the world in the background.
Illuminati.
Sure, kind of like that. But that's where he got the name the Winter Soldier. That was what his code name was. He was an assassin for the Soviets, basically, for a very long time, and he has a metal arm. But the thing is, he grew up with him. He was in the war with him. He knew this dude for years and years and years and years and years. Who did he give the shield to, you might ask?
The 5-year.
Yeah, the 5-year friend.
I was going to say the 5-year-old.
Which is fucking stupid. I didn't like that. Which, in the comics, they both had a turn being Captain America, but... Anyway, in the show, the show is called Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Come to find out, he's like, oh, I'm not good enough to be Captain America. I'm going to give the shield to the American government, which is fucking stupid and retarded.
Yeah, don't trust the American government with anything.
The American government wanted another Captain America, so they, I don't remember how, but there's a big old thing of like, oh, we mass-produced the super soldier serum, and they gave it to this John Walker dude. Everybody says that he's such a bad, horrible guy, but really all he did that was bad was kill the guy who killed his partner in the middle of the street for everybody to see, which, I mean, Captain America killed people. I don't really... The only really bad thing about it is that he did it for everybody to see. But other than that, he wasn't a bad guy. They just demonized him for really no reason. But anyway...
I mean, would you be upset if your partner got killed in the middle of the
Absolutely.
street?
That's why I'm saying it's not... It's a bad act, of course. You shouldn't murder people. But the the most horrible part about it was doing it in public for everybody to see. Anyway, another character, super duper quick. Name was Taskmaster. She was one of these Black Widow trained assassins people. Had a chip in her head so that she could have a photogenic memory. Photogenic? Photographic memory. So she could learn patterns and become the best soldier ever. Which in the comics, it was just a dude that could do that normally. But they made the person a woman. She's tortured. It becomes this robotic person, whatever. Just quick synopsis on her. And then there's a woman called Ghost. She can phase shift. She can walk through walls. She can teleport. So in the movie The Thunderbolts, Yelena is the main character. She throughout these different shows and movies, this person whose name is Valentina. She's kind of like a Nick Fury, where she brings these characters together. It was supposed to be like, oh, we're going to make this secret undercover ops group later on down the line, basically to be like a secret Avengers. That never really happened. But she's like, oh, I have all of these super soldiers, whatever, and I want everything to do with this secret ops stuff gone. I don't want anybody to know about it because she's under investigation by the U.S. government. It's like, hey, you're experimenting on people. You're doing all this bad shit. We want it shut down. She's like, okay. So I need to get rid of all this stuff so they don't find anything.
Really, it's only bad because the U.S. government isn't doing it.
Yeah, probably. But this secret thing where they're experimenting on people is called the Sentry Project. We find out about that later. So she's like, okay, we need to torch everything. We're going to put everything that she's ever done wrong in one underground base, and we're going to torch it all, including these people. So she says, hey, Yelena, I have a new project for you. I need you to go to this place and uh, kill this one person, and her one person is Ghost. She's supposed to kill Ghost. So before she does this, she gets done with a mission in Malaysia where she's supposed to. I don't remember exactly what it's supposed to do. What she's supposed to do. I think she's just supposed to like take care of a secret operation. She goes, she does that. She comes back to America, and she's like, I don't want this life anymore. I kind of want to be a public facing person like Natasha was. And so she goes to America. She goes to her father, Alexei, who is drinking and watching old footage of him being the Red Guardian. And she's like, hey, Dad, what the fuck? You never talked to me. What's up? And he's like, oh, well, I have my own business. I have this like a taxi service, but with limos. And he's like, oh, that's cool. But like, Natasha, you haven't talked to me since Natasha died. What the fuck? And he's like, oh, well, you could be a good person just like she was. You just need to put your mind to it. And she's like, okay, well, maybe I will. And she's like, hey, Valentina, I want to be a good person. And she's like, okay, well, I need you to do one more mission for me, and then you'll have that public-facing persona. She's like, okay. So she goes out to this desert, to this underground bunker. She's trying to find this person who can face through walls. And she finds a whole bunch of shit in her room. Just a bunch of shit. Just papers, files, electronic devices, weapons, whatever. She finds, I think it's John Walker that she finds. And they start trying to kill each other. And then Ghost shows up, trying to kill each other. And then Taskmaster shows up, trying to kill each other. And they're like, oh, wait a minute, what the fuck? What's going on? Why are we all trying to kill each other? And then Walker, being a dumbass, is all like, well, obviously she likes me because I'm an actual super soldier, so I'm supposed to kill all of you guys, and this is just a test. And they're like, no, she wants us gone. What the fuck? And then all of a sudden, here's Bob. Hi, Bob. And they're like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I don't know. He's like, where did you come from? He's like, I don't know. And he's like, how did you get in here? And he's like, I don't know. And then they're like, what the fuck is this? And then, in the background,
I like Bob.
Yeah, Bob's cool. In the background, Valentina's, getting grilled by Congress. Is like, oh, you're a bad person. She's like, actually, no, I'm not, and you won't find anything. Fuck you. And then they go to this like fundraiser event, and Bucky's there. He's a senator for no fucking reason. I don't know why. They don't really mention it. They do mention it in Captain America 4, but nobody fucking watched that.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No,
if I haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. But Bucky's there trying to get dirt on Valentina. And while Valentina is being like, hi, hello, thank you for coming, her assistant's all like, hey, all of our guests are at the party house. She's like, okay, go ahead and nuke it. And so these vents turn on in the ceiling of this building that they're in, and they're trying to like, oh shit, we need to get out of here. And then doors shut and everything. Phasey lady tries to go through it, and there's like supersonics, so that kind of establishes that like loud noises, she can't use her powers. Like, okay, what the fuck do we do about this? And then Bob's all like, what the fuck is happening? And it's like, I don't know, Bob, what the fuck are you? And then they're like, oh, there's this panel, let's try and hack into it. And Walker's all like, no, it just smashes it with his shield. Like, oh, okay. And then they get out of there, basically. And then
I mean, brute force over smarts any day.
Yeah. And so they're like, okay, so how do we get out of here? And all the elevators are shut down and everything. Long story short, they go up this elevator shaft by pressing their backs against each other and like climbing up it.
That's actually a real thing.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Yeah.
That was actually very, very common during like World War II and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before they go up the elevator shaft, they like barely make it out of the room before the incinerator turns on. And they're like lying on the floor like, God. And then Bob accidentally touches Yelena's hand. And Yelena goes inside of her own mind and sees a very dark part of her life where she was a child and had to distract this other child while somebody kills the child. And Bob is there for who knows fucking why. And right before she's like, Bob, she wakes up and she looks at Bob, and Bob looks at her, and Bob's like, Yeah. And she's like, what the fuck? Whatever, we need to get out of here. So they go up the elevator shaft. And when they get to the surface, they're like, oh, there's these people that are here to kill us. They know that we escaped, that we're alive. They're here to kill us. And they devise a plan. Plan doesn't work out. Baba's like, well, I'm a fucking nobody, so I'm going to save you guys because you guys have been mostly nice to me. Before that happens, he accidentally touches Walker and brings Walker to a point in his life where he's being an asshole. He's supposed to be looking after his kid, and his wife is all like, hey, what are you doing on your phone? And he's like, whatever, I'm watching him, fuck you. And she's like, okay, well, if you're not going to watch him, then I'm going to watch him. And he's watching this event take place, and he's like, oh, wow, I'm an asshole, aren't I? And then brings him back. He wakes up. Cut to... them escaping because Bob is all like, hey guys, look at me, do, and then they shoot him and he falls to the ground and they're like, oh, he sacrificed himself for us. And then he wakes up and he shoots into the fucking sky and they're like, is that Bob? And then he like goes so far up into the atmosphere that he loses consciousness and then rockets back down and that explodes a crater. And they're like, oh shit, he's dead, isn't he? Oh fuck. And of course he's not dead.
You can't kill Bob.
I mean, we'll get to that.
Oh no. Not Bob.
They start walking through the desert. It's like, oh, they're gonna be after us now. They're gonna want to kill us. What do we do? And then actually, really quick, I forgot about that part. While they're in the bunker, and while Valentina and her assistant are discussing, hey, they made it out and they're alive, they're in this limo. And when they get out of the limo, Alexi is the limo driver, and is like, oh, I have to warn them. And we don't really know where this bunker was. I thought it was somewhere in fucking Iraq at first, but obviously not, because Alexi makes it there in a limo. And as they're walking through the desert, trying to get back to civilization, they're like, oh, what the fuck is that? They're coming after us. And so they like duck. And then Yelena's like, oh no. And then it's Alexi in his limo. And he gets out of his limo. I was like, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you. Wait. And they're like, yeah, they already tried. But they get in the limo and they're driving off. Oh, also, I forgot. The only person who died in the bunker was Taskmaster. She just straight up died. That's it. No ceremony, no nothing. She just fucking gets domed and she's dead. And it's really weird because she was in a lot.
Was she a redhead?
No.
Well, she is now.
She was in a lot of the promotional material. I think they probably thought like, nobody cares about this character. Fuck it, let's just kill her. Which, understandable, as long as they bring back the actual Taskmaster from the comics. His name is Anthony O'Masters. That would be cool. But anyway, they're driving through the desert in this shitty little limousine, which is weird because he was driving a really nice limousine earlier in the movie. But they're driving and they're like, oh, they're coming to get us. Here's some tanks. And they're getting shot at. And Walker uses a shield to block all the bullets. And then one of the tanks blows up, and they're like, oh, what the fuck? And it's Bucky to come to save the day. And he takes them and brings them to a gas station in the middle of nowhere and ties them up. And he's like, you people are the only people that know what Valentina is up to, so we're going to bring you in front of Congress so you can testify. And they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. They're going to kill us. And Bob, there's Bob. We need to find Bob. And they're like, yeah, Bob, whatever. Fuck you. And he's like, no, you got to believe us. You got to believe us. Like, why the fuck would I believe a bunch of assholes like you? Fuck you. You're testifying. And then earlier at the gala, he tries to get the assistant to Valentina to like give him some information, and after she finds out that Valentina was just gonna kill them, she's like, oh, maybe I'm working for the bad guy. And so she actually does call Bucky and it's like, hey, some fucked up shit's happening. They have Bob. And he's like, Bob? It's like, yeah, they have Bob. It's like, who the fuck is Bob?
I don't know.
And then she's like, oh, he was part of the Sentry Project, and he's the only person in the Sentry Project that lived. and we need to do something about that because it's dangerous. And he's like, hold on just a minute. And so he's like, Bob is real. It's like, yes, we're trying to tell you Bob is real. And it's like, oh, okay, fine. We need to find Bob. And so they go, flash forward a little bit to Avengers Tower. They're rebuilding Avengers Tower to be something completely, totally different. They have Bob at Avengers Tower, and he wakes up, and Valentina's all like, hi, Bob. Do you remember anything? He's like, no, I don't remember anything. I was a drug addict. I wasn't anything special, and I don't really remember a whole lot sometimes. I have really bad days where I don't remember anything. And he's like, okay, well, you were part of the Sentry program, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember some of that. And it's like, you have very special powers, and we're going to train you to become the Avenger. And he's like, oh, okay. And he touches her, and she's brought back to this place where she was in probably Ukraine because they were speaking Russian, but I don't think it was Russia because she's not Russian. I could probably see her as Ukrainian. Anyway, her dad was in a lot of debt. Somebody comes and beats the fuck out of her dad because he hasn't paid her debt. His debt. She wakes up. It's like, oh, you're more powerful than I thought you were. And they flash back to the heroes. And they bring up, it's a really stupid joke that Yelena used to be on like a softball team as part of her cover, and they were called the Los Angeles Thunderbolts or something. I don't know. They wear out the joke really quick, but that's where the name the Thunderbolts come from. So the Thunderbolts go to Avengers Tower and start wrecking shit. They start beating people up. They drive this vehicle into the front doors of Avengers Tower, and then a loudspeaker comes on. It's like, I just put up that drywall like not even 2 days ago. You guys are okay. Come on up. Use the elevator. You're fine. Stop beating up my shit. Come on. And they're like, oh, okay. So they just go up to the elevator, and they're like, where's Bob? It's like, here's Bob. And then Bob has the superhero suit on of the Sentry. They even dyed his fucking hair. And they're like, this is Bob. He's the Sentry. He's going to beat you up now. And then they're like, no, that's not going to happen. And they're like, Bob, we saved you. We were nice to you. Why are you working for her? And he's like, I am powerful, and she's helping me realize my ultimate destiny. And they're like, okay, well, we were nice to you. Can you please be nice to us? And he's like, I wish I could. It's like, Bob, kill them. And he's like, I don't want to kill him. It's like, no, you need to kill him. And it's like, well, if I'm a god like you say that I am, why do I need to listen to you? It's like, no, you need to listen to me, and you need to kill them. And then Alexei, being a big, dumb, fat idiot, is like, enough talking, let's fight! And they fight, and then they don't put a scratch on Bob. He beats the absolute fuck out of them. And they're like limping away, and they're like, yeah, go ahead, go, lick your wounds. We'll be back, we'll find you, it's okay. And they go down the elevator shaft. And Bob was like, so what was that about you being the boss of me? And she's like, well, you know, I'm nice to you. I've helped you realize your full potential. You need to do what I say. And he's like, no, I don't think I do. You just want to control me. And she's like, no, that's not how this works. She's like, no, I think it is. And he like grabs her neck and slams her up against the wall. And she tries to push this little trigger thingy in her hand. She drops it. And then the assistant lady comes up and grabs it and pushes the trigger, and he dies. Like, blood fills his eyes, and he drops dead to the floor. And she's like, well, good thing we put that dead man trigger in him. I don't know how that worked, but, you know, he's dead. Walks off.
Not Bob.
Yeah. The Thunderbolts go out into the street. And it's like, well, what do we do now? And they're like, what do you mean we? We need to hide. Like, we are nothing. We need to scatter, and we need to hide. And then there's an emotional moment between Alexei, again, who's the father, and Yelena, where she's like, where were you all those years that Natasha died, and you weren't there to comfort me? I thought you loved me, and where were you? And he's like, well, I was dealing with my own shit, but I see that you wanted me. I thought you wanted to be alone, and I'm so sorry. And I almost cried at this part, because she's like, I'm lonely. I don't know what to do. You were supposed to be there for me. And he's like, I'm sorry. And they have this heartfelt moment, but oh my God, something's happening. They look up in the sky, and there's this dark being. He's just black. There's no light reflecting off of him. He's just black. And there's like little tiny itty bitty pinhole whites of his eyes. And they're like, oh my God, that's Bob.
No, it's Jerome.
Jerome. They're like, oh my God, that's Bob. What is happening? And he goes like this. He just flicks his hand and people turn into shadow. And this darkness starts rolling over the ground. And people are like, oh my God, what's happening? And there's like things falling on the ground. And this big old thing, slab of concrete falls on the ground. And they like lift it up because somebody's underneath it. And this is when they all come back together, by the way. All of the Thunderbolts, they're trying to lift up this thing, and they do, and they save the day for this one person or this one kid. I don't remember what it was, but everybody's hiding because they don't want to be consumed by the darkness. And Yelena's like, "No, Bob's in there somewhere. I need to talk to him." So she goes into the darkness and she disappears, and then she's back where she was, in this forest with the little girl, where the guy comes up behind the little girl and kills her. And this keeps on happening over and over and over again. And she's like, "I need to get out of here." Somehow she breaks through a wall of darkness and enters another room where it's like a hotel bathroom, and she sees herself slumped over with a bottle of booze in her hand, and she's like, oh, this is bad. And she tries to like wake herself up, and then herself starts fighting her and trying to force the booze down her throat, and she breaks down the wall into another room where she's reliving another dark time in her past. I don't remember what the third one was, but she breaks down another wall and she finds Bob. Bob is sitting there with a Rubik's Cube in his hand, and he's like, do, 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 do. And she's like, hey, Bob, what's going on? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. She's like, why are you doing this? And he's like, it's not me, it's the void. And it's like, oh, obviously this is the name of the thing that's doing the darkness in the real world, whatever. And it's like, oh, the void is doing this, but you can't stop it. He's like, yeah, I can't stop it. And this is where I cried. I already told you about this part. But she's like, why? How come you're not reliving a dark moment in your life? And he's like, well, I am. This is just the nicest room that I've found. And you hear people arguing, somebody calling somebody a bitch. And she looks through the floorboards on the ground and sees a man about to hit a woman, and a little boy steps in, and the man says, what are you going to do, little man? Are you going to fight me? You always make things worse. Why are you here? And that hit home for me because my dad basically told me the same thing when I was trying to protect my mom when he was violent. So that's cool. And then she's like, okay, well, the only way to get out of here and to help you is to find the ground floor. Basically, we need to find the ground floor to get out of here and to help you gain control. And he's like, you were the nicest one to me, and you're really cool. I'm gonna help you. And so
another elevator shaft.
Not quite. They knock down a wall and they find, I think, the other Thunderbolts. They enter the darkness and they try and find Yelena, get out. And by proxy help Bob, of course. And they go through a couple of different things. One of them, it was really funny because he had mentioned something about before him going through the Sentry trials, he worked at a fast food restaurant and he flipped signs as a chicken. And one of the rooms that they find is him flipping a sign in a chicken suit. And him in a chicken suit starts beating the fuck out of the Thunderbolts. And they're like, how are you so strong? And he's like, I was on meth! So they keep on going through these walls until they find the room that Yelena was in the first of the movie. That was her mission, to do something about information. I don't remember what the whole thing was. But they find there's this room. Come to find out, it was the testing area for the Sentry project. And they see the void at the end of the room. Long story short, they tell Bob, like, hey, you need to fight it. You need to push through, and you need to defeat the void. And they try to help him, but the void, like, pushes them against the wall, wraps them in metal or something so they can't get out. And he basically starts beating the fuck out of him. He starts ground and pounding him and stuff on the floor. And then the darkness starts growing. And they're like, oh, that's bad. I think that's exactly what he wants. And the void starts laughing while Bob is on top of him, beating the fuck out of him. And I took this as a commentary on mental health because, you know, you can only fight your demons so much. But if you start giving them what they want, then they win. That's when you start losing, is when you start giving them what they want. And that's exactly what the Void wanted him to do, was to be violent. And so the Thunderbolts start tearing the metal off of themselves and start going towards Bob to try and just hold him. They're just hugging him. They're holding him, which is another commentary that you need friends in life.
How do I get those? Are they on like Amazon or something?
Sometimes, yeah. On the dark web. Anyway.
Amazon.
They're just holding him and they're hugging him and they're like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. And then cut to reality and the darkness goes away. And Bob is just in his street clothes, in his pajamas on the ground. And he's like, hey guys. And they're like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. Why not? Why wouldn't I be okay? And they're like, huh? And he's like, what? He's like, you don't remember anything? He's like, no, I don't remember a lot sometimes. I have my bad days. And they're like, yeah.
I used to do meth.
Yeah. And then Valentina's on the ground and she's like ordering people around on her walkie-talkie and like, oh, we're going to kill her. And so they go towards her and she goes through this like canvas off area thingy. And then when they go through the canvas, there's press. And she's on a podium and she's like, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, the new Avengers. And they're like, oh, this isn't good. And Elena goes up behind her. It's like, you know that we own you now, right? And she's like, and that's the movie. It's just
Come back next time when hopefully y'all understand what the fuck is happening.
That's just a very quick rundown.
That was quick?
That was quick, yes. I think the movie was like 2 hours long. It was very, very good. And that's just, like I said, a very, very quick retelling. But what are you looking at?
You spent probably...
About a half an hour, a little over half an hour. Yeah. But it was really good. It was really deep. I had zero expectations for the movie, but I got a hell of a lot for my money. Which, by the way, I went on it was Tuesday that I went. I remember that now because I had Monday and Tuesday off last week. And apparently tickets are half price on Tuesdays, which I didn't fucking know about. But I enjoyed it thoroughly. And if you guys think that my rambling makes for a good plot for a movie, go check it out. I would not recommend giving Marvel your money very often, but this movie I do. I do recommend it. It was really good.
Trump.
Oh, Trump. Yes. He's a crybaby bitch boy.
Yeah, why now?
Very sharp transition. Thank you. So Walmart and other major stores are hiking up their prices because of the tariffs, which is a natural consequence of that. And Trump,
of course.
Yeah, and Trump was all like, "Hey, don't raise your prices. Eat the loss, or else we're going to boycott Walmart." And Walmart's like, "So you want us to operate on a negative?" Yeah, that's not going to happen, asshole. And basically it's like, well, okay, so you want Walmart to operate at a loss because you don't want the illusion to break. Because he was always like, oh, tariffs don't mean that prices are going to go up. And guess what? It means prices are going to go up. Just like all the economists and people who know these types of things have been saying this entire time. And MAGA supporters are all like, yeah, Walmart should just suck it up.
Honestly, I believe Walmart should suck it up, but not because of Trump. I just believe that they are a shit fucking company.
Yeah, I know you don't like Walmart, but it's not just Walmart. It's most if not all grocery stores. Any place that sells anything really.
So basically, once again, politicians make the fucking stupid ass decisions, and we have to suffer through it.
Absolutely.
Trump doesn't even buy groceries.
Oh, that's another thing about Trump. He was talking to the president of the United Arab Emirates, and he was
UAE,
Yeah.
for future reference.
Yeah. And he was talking, I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about originally, but he brought up groceries, but he said, and I quote, "The groceries, it's an old-timey term, but people still use it. It's a good term, but it's an old term if you don't know what groceries are. It's basically everything that you buy at the store." He thought he had to explain what groceries were to him. And I just feel like just because you haven't stepped foot in a grocery store yourself in over 50 years, it doesn't mean that nobody uses the term groceries anymore. It just means you're too rich and out of touch.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's pretty fucking sad, bro.
Yeah.
And there was, like, a couple months ago that he brought up grocery prices again. He was all like, "You know what groceries are? I didn't know groceries are. I just learned the term. It's an old term. I just learned it."
No, the fuck it's not!
Yeah.
I am 25, and I have been hearing that
That's right.
since day fucking one
Yeah.
of being born
Yeah, I know,
on this
but
planet.
you weren't born with a rich daddy that gave you $1 million to start your business.
I wish
so-
I was. Then I wouldn't care if he left.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also, a senator from, I think it was Virginia or Pennsylvania, who was one of the first to bring forth impeachment letters to Congress or the House, whatever. She was found dead in her home yesterday. So that's cool.
Cause of death released yet?
No. Probably
Suicide.
suicide by shotgun blast to the back of the head.
Twice.
She was Kurt Cobained.
I am so sick of politics.
Yeah. I am. Also,
Like, they're supposed to be the servants of us, not the other way around.
yeah. Do you know who Marjorie Taylor Greene is?
MTG?
Yeah.
No.
She is probably the most, I don't even know what state or area she represents, but she's in Congress or the House, and she's probably the stupidest, most inbred bitch on planet Earth.
Probably
She
Alabama.
is- No, actually. I remember specifically hearing which state she represents, and I'm like, really? Not Alabama?
If you live in Alabama, I'm not sorry.
Actually, I can just look that up. MTG state.
Pennsylvania, maybe?
That didn't bring up anything. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a representative, and she represents Georgia.
What?
Close, but not quite Alabama. Yeah, she just says so much retarded shit all the time, and her latest retardism was saying that
Retardism.
yeah, that it had something to do with DEI policies, which again is misconstrued as affirmative action, which means, oh, we're going to put black, brown, and gay people above white, straight people, which are two completely separate things. Anyway, she was saying, oh, when Biden put in these policies when I was in 11th grade. This woman is like 50. Biden was a congressman, I believe, at that time period. She wasn't president. He wasn't president. So she tried saying that Biden was president when she was in 11th grade, which is fucking retarded.
Did he mooch on her?
What?
I was going to say a different word, but
Okay.
it starts with an M and It's your best friend Lester.
Okay. No, he didn't.
That you know of.
She's a Republican, so she has nothing to do with anything to do with Biden, really. But she just actually, you know what? Let's see if I can find some retardisms specifically from her. Stupid quotes. Thank you. Some of Marjorie Taylor Greene's dumbest climate remarks. I don't want that. Dangerously stupid. Very good. She is a advocate for drinking raw milk, which is disgusting and awful.
Isn't that what people do on the Norm?
No, absolutely not. No, milk goes through a process called pasteurization, which gets
I've heard of that.
Which gets foreign contaminants such as caca out of it. It takes away any actual like insects that might get into it. It takes away blood that's in it because if you specifically breed cows for milk and milk them often, it can rub the udders raw and make it so that blood particles comes out in the milk. It takes out a whole bunch of different shit that you should not consume out of the milk before it's bottled.
You learned something new.
Yeah. She also was a big advocate for the weather conspiracy during Hurricane Helene. She was saying that Democrats have weather machines and that they targeted rural Republican areas the most, which no, that didn't happen. She said that the Democrats did that on purpose, created the hurricane. She just says a lot of stupid, awful, dumb shit. You guys are so brainwashed about climate change. I'm glad God sent you those tornadoes. Don't you know that climate change happens because the Earth is spinning and flying through the galaxy? That was a quote by her, by the way, which is fucking stupid. One, she says God created the tornadoes that impacted a bunch of Democrat areas on the eastern seaboard. But the tornadoes that went through, the hurricane that went through Republican areas, are definitely Democrat made. If fragments from that Chinese balloon cause harm in Bigfoot country, it will be war with all my Sasquatch brothers and sisters. Oh, that's a spoof. That's not real. Okay, my bad. I fell for the classic blunder. This one's real. I'm not vaccinated, but I strongly support your freedom to make your own medical decisions on behalf of yourself and your family. Of course, being informed by everything you read and talking to your doctor. In other words, I don't believe in vaccines, but if you believe in vaccines, God bless, I suppose. Which is very strange. Usually people who are anti-vax are anti-vax for everybody.
I'm anti-vax.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't get the fucking vaccine.
Well, being anti-vax does not mean anti-single vax. It usually means that you're against vaccinations across the board.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Which I also didn't get the COVID vaccine, but that's only because I have comorbidities. I didn't want my heart to explode.
I didn't get it because I don't trust the government.
Well, that's
fair.
You know, sure. Yeah, she's just fucking stupid. There's a bunch of different things that she said that I can't really find, but I'm sure there's a compilation out there somewhere.
My toes are up in the clouds.
What?
I was mocking her.
Oh.
My toes are up in the clouds.
Okay.
And my eyeballs are in the fucking sewer.
Sure. There was an instance recently where it was during a big debate federally, I think, on whether transgender people should use the bathroom of the gender that they identify with. And there were two congresswomen. I don't believe one of them was Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she did support them. They went into the women's restroom on Capitol Hill, and they found a woman who was also a congresswoman, I believe, that didn't look as feminine as some women look, and they assumed that they were transgender, and they beat the fuck out of her. But she was, in fact, a biological woman. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said something to the effect of, well, women have to protect themselves. You can never be sure.
So
when the woman was just pissing.
So by that logic, I can go beat women all I want.
Calm down, P. Diddy. Which, by the way, really quick update on that. His trial has started. And I think today, it's Saturday, but yesterday was day 4 of the trial, or day 3 of the trial, maybe.
Are we going to react to that?
When more things come out, yes. I absolutely want to. One, of course, you can't have cameras in most courtrooms, but the artist rendition of what P. Diddy looks like now, he looks like fucking shit. He looks like he's aged 5 years in one. He looks gray. His hair is graying a little. And apparently he looks very distraught. What has come out already is that apparently Ellen DeGeneres is very closely tied to P. Diddy. We don't know the extent yet, I don't think, but there have been texts and documents and different things, and apparently one of the documents that have come out is like a lease agreement for a studio that he had a lot of freak-offs in, and Ellen DeGeneres, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe her tie to this place that was leased was she was a co-signer for this place. So if she is not directly involved with these freak-off parties that a lot of abuse happened in, she at least is close enough to co-sign a fucking lease for him, which is definitely closer than you want to be with P. fucking Diddy.
I don't want to be fucking Diddy.
Well, yes. P. Diddy's biggest hater, who is 50 Cent, came out recently, and he was all like, I knew she was a dumb bitch. I always knew that she was a dumb bitch. Fuck her. That's basically all I have for this episode, brother. Do you have anything else before we leave and go and definitely not freak off?
You can go do that at home.
I said not do that.
Be sure to keep an eye out on the Tech Talk playlist, because that's going to be coming out very soon. I'm going to get something to eat, and then I'm going to record that.
Okay.
And it's going to be fun. And there's going to be a lot of tastiness.
All right.
Bye.
No, not yet. Make sure to check out all the playlists. We got Lizards with the Most. That's where I open magic cards and different other kinds of cardboard accessories. I don't know why I said that. There's obviously the Tech Talk. There's good job. There's Morgan Plays, there's Nick Plays, and there's the Couch Potatoes, which we are reintroducing ourselves to The Last of Us, finally.
Well, after almost a year.
Almost after a year, yeah. I don't think we were even halfway through the game when we stopped.
No.
So check that out. Also, check out all the links in the description. Again, check out Wi-Fi's Instagram. That's our thumbnail artist. Which, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you about that. In order to fill up her portfolio for her future career, Alex has promised that sooner or later, when she gets a little bit less busy with her schooling and stuff, she's going to be doing things for the channel. To start off with, she's going to be doing thumbnails, but she said once she gets further into her actual proper animation courses, she's going to make little doodles for us that are animated.
That would be very cool.
Yes. So look forward to that stuff.
Down the road.
Down the road, yes. There's the Cash App if you want to donate because you like us so much. If you do donate, we're probably going to the next big thing that I want to get for the studio is a much more slim, much more high-tech second monitor.
Definitely.
Which
honestly, 2 monitors wouldn't be bad either.
Huh? We already have 2 monitors, Morgan. What do you mean?
2 new monitors.
2 new monitors. Oh.
So that they can go immediately into the computer instead of the adapters.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, HDMI just is faster.
Yeah. Also, something that I've thought about since we have a little bit of free space right here is getting a mount for them. What do you think about that?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah? I think that'd be really cool.
Honestly, we could probably... We might be able to do like 3 monitors.
I mean, that's definitely doable. I think there's 4 display ports. Or 3 display ports and the 1 HDMI port.
Yeah. So it should be doable.
Yeah.
Question is, do we want to?
I don't know. Not yet. I don't know.
The answer is for me is yes, because I like to lean back while I'm editing, and it hurts my neck having to be like that.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be nice to be able to look up and pause, cut, remove, without even have to look.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Join us next time when I skin a raccoon and wear its penis as a unicorn horn.
Can I have the rest of the body?
Go at it.
I want to be a cashier with it.
A fucking what?